and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together mooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum when people come to see them. They really are a spree, the Addams Family. So
you know this is my family motto.
Oh, is that right? Break that up there.
It's our family theme song. Because my mother's maiden name is Adams. Adams. It was shortened from Adamansky.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Adams is what it is. So whenever we get together for family reunion, this is our opening song.
Some buddies of mine, let me keep playing there, Nick. Some buddies of mine are doing a party this weekend with an Addams Family theme.
Oh, that's so cool.
So they're encouraging people to come as characters from the Addams Family.
Man, yeah. I was the cousin it one year.
Were you?
Yeah, the only time in my life I had hair on my head.
And everywhere else,
that's right? It's all over, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, as you get older, you get it everywhere else, but not on you.
Yeah, well.
All right, so hopefully you folks are going to have a safe and happy Halloween. All right, so 407-774-8255 is the number. And as we were talking before the break there, the Republicans are finally showing a little spine, and I think it's thanks to guys like, and it was Ben Carson who started this little gathering this weekend. Of course, Trump jumped right on, and Jindal and Graham have jumped in too, and they're going to demand changes in the format, and perhaps changes in the moderators. And as I said earlier, has been all over the news today, the RNC has announced that they're not going to have the debate in February that was scheduled to NBC. By the way, the next one coming up a week from Tuesday is going to be a Fox News debate. And the moderator, and the only one announced so far that I know of, I don't know if they're going to slip in 5 more like they did the other day, but Maria Bartiromo, who is, she's actually a pretty good interviewer. I've seen her do a number of interviews, and she's pretty straightforward, pretty straight-laced.
Yeah, she came over from CNBC.
Right.
She did a financial show, but she was really good at it. She started off on the floor of the stock exchange doing beat reports, and then moved up into her own show, and now it's moved on to her other show.
Yeah. And it's actually, she was working the floor of the exchange the morning of 9/11, and I believe she got dusted up.
Yeah.
Remember how people got the dust and everything? So and especially with what's happened with NBC, the next one promises to be a little bit more serious debate.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard Ted Cruz today, and I believe it was on Gallagher. Anyway, I heard him, and I thought he had an excellent idea. And that is, look, and he alluded to this the other night when he said, I bet there's not one of you or there's nobody in the media who's going to be voting in the Republican primary. And he didn't follow through with that thought, but he has today. The follow-through is, so why are any of you moderating a Republican primary debate? Okay, this is not for the general election. This is not for liberals. This is for Republicans.
Right. And
we're the ones who are making this choice, so it should be our moderators conducting the questioning.
Right.
And you guys will have your chance in the general election. And so he said the moderators should be Republicans, and from the media.
Sure.
And he named some guys I never heard of.
Didn't mention your name. I was a little upset about that.
I noticed.
You should be getting a call.
And I know I do a better job than at least one of those guys.
Oh, okay.
But the idea is a great one, and that's what they should demand in these negotiations.
Well, I would agree with that.
Take these liberals and tell them that they can just wait.
Because these are primaries, and usually only the Republicans that are people that are registered Republican can vote Republican or Democrat. In some states, independents can.
It's open, right?
Yeah, in some states, and that's fine. But in
majority,
it's
to choose the Republican nominee.
Exactly. So you want to know what their line of thinking is compared to where you're at.
Exactly.
And you're not going to get that if you're getting, hey, should we legalize, fantasy football?
Yeah.
Should the government control it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you want, more government intervention.
Well, if the question had been posed along with other serious questions, I could see it. because it is a question of, and Jeff kind of began in his own fumbling, stumbling sort of way to answer it. Really, the essence of the question is, should government get involved in every little thing?
Right.
And is this an every little thing? And so it is worthy of serious debate, but in that format, in that setting, and given what happened before and after, it was a bizarre question.
But I think, Chris Christie said it the best. So we've got ISIS cutting people's heads off. We've got economic issues, and you want to know about fantasy football?
That's why I say, if it had been posed along with other serious questions, you see, it could have been, but
was there a serious question asked?
Not that I know of. I mean,
I don't know how many times you watched
the ones that were halfway serious came from Jim Cramer and Rick Santelli. And how many they get to ask total? 3?
Yeah, and they're concerned about what's going to happen to our money.
Exactly, the Fed and that stuff.
And those two guys are really brilliant when it comes to that.
And see, that's another complaint that the RNC expressed today. That's what the whole debate was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be an economic issues policy debate. And it was hardly anything but that. But like I said, in the topsy-turvy world of liberals, and especially the liberals in the media, this was, to them, to get taken down, as we see it, by the people on the stage, means actually you've done your job. You've gotten under their skin.
Yeah.
You asked them a question they can't answer.
You made them look bad. Good job.
And the only thing they could resort to was insulting you, so here's a pat on your back.
Yeah.
And it's just... This is why I say, really, at the end of the day, I don't blame Democrats for being Democrats. I don't blame liberals for being liberals, because that's what that's what they were born to be.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's kind of like, you see the glass half full or half empty. Whichever way you are, that's the way you are. Right? But when it comes to the media, they're not supposed to be playing that game.
No, they are not.
But at the end of the day, are we maybe the ones making the mistake to even think that anybody could? You follow what I'm trying to say here?
Edward R. Murrow did a really nice job of setting the standard that they all went away from.
Well, that's true. That's very true.
But they're quick to invoke him. I received the Edward R. Murrow Award.
Yeah.
Well, for what?
Well, I'm just... Perhaps at one time there was the ability for journalists to really be good journalists. Yeah. That's gone. Perhaps it could be reclaimed in the future.
Yeah.
But this is not necessarily new in our country.
No.
If you look back at the Founding Fathers' days, they used the media also in a very partisan way. Right? It wasn't TV, it was newspapers. But all the newspapers were started as outlets for political positions. They were